Hi everybody, and thank you for joining me today. It's actually not early in the morning, but it is still before noon. Today I am coloring in this book, which I do love. I did have a little flip through on the few books that I got, and this was one of them. I thought just too cute. And anyways, I am going to color a page on here. I did start it already, but I wanted to share that I actually, now I did this this morning, which was, I removed the pages. I just took my utility knife, which, right here, with the ruler, and I cut the book apart. The reason why I did that is because I found myself having trouble with my space. Now I only have so much real estate here that I can use because I'm, at my kitchen table. Now, I don't know how I end up getting dust or pencil all over my hands. But anyways, so I had to remove the pages, and I had already done this with I did that one that was in the book, and then this other one, this one I did remove. I removed it out of the book because it's just way easier to work on a flat surface. Not have to worry about this other part of the book being in the way, being flapping around, folding it under, folding it over. So that's what I did. Removed it. If it was in a spiral binder, that would be awesome, but it's not. So, and this is the one I'm working on today. This little teddy bear. And the colors that I used for the teddy bear, quite a few. Let's see, a light umber, eggshell, Spanish orange, only a tiny bit of Spanish orange. I didn't really use very much Spanish orange. Yellow ochre was in a lot of areas. The eggshell and the sand I used, and I did a lot of blending with both of those two. I also did a lot of blending with the cream. And then I used nectar for cute little cheeks, and right up here around the nose, but this nectar. And then I used the 10% cool gray for around the eyes, because we know that, they're not white. So that's around the eyes. And then I did use this very dark, well, it's not very dark, it is dark brown. I used this to really get into the darker areas, to give it more of a rounded shape, which I hope you can see that. I hope. So right now I am going to work on the feet, and I'm going to use these three colors, and that is pink blush, permanent red, and crimson lake. And those, so I'm going to use those three. And the dots, the spots, I haven't decided whether I'm going to have them be white or what, yellow. Because, it doesn't have to be Christmas colors, but their hat is going to be red with white. That's the only for sure thing. The scarf, I haven't even decided what color. That does say New York. So is there maybe a football team or something? Their colors? Maybe that's what I'll do, now that I think about it. That's NY. So I'll have to look that up, because I don't follow sports. That's what I'm going to do. So that's going to be a football scarf. That'll be cool. And then and then we'll move forward from that. So, right, so let's get started with that. And just to remind you, I do have all of my colors in my my journal. So if you keep a color journal, it helps later on when you look back and say, okay, well, what did I use? You don't have to guess because you have it written down. So just, you know, any, doesn't have to be a sketchbook or anything, just a you know, you get one from the dollar store. Just a book with some pages on it. You can jot down the colors. Okay, so let's get going here, and use the medium color first, and my parchment. This is my parchment. I just I could use I can use gel pens for the spots, so I don't have to be so careful. I'll have to decide which ones, but if I want it to be a truer color, I should at least try to avoid the spots if I can. Right? So, spot right there. Okay, so I just woke up this morning and just felt like it was Christmas time, you know? Christmas isn't very far away. So, but well, let me just get out something, play a little Christmas music. Which I did. Color. And this doesn't really matter because I'm going to go over it with a gel pen, so it'll be fun. Go over it with the gel pen, because I have plenty. Okay, and then I'm going to go in with this color. Let me sharpen that. Okay, so it looks like this one is little defective. If you can see, it is really dry. Now it was that way over the last few times that I used it, but I thought it would get better. But obviously it's not. So I don't know. I heard somebody say something about, you know, leaving them out in the sun for a little while to get them to melt. I could try that. We'll see. Anyways, let's see how this works right now. As long as it doesn't break. Just don't want it to break. And I'm kind of using it straight up, not at an angle, because I don't want it to break. Which is what it did. It broke when I was sharpening it, so I don't know if this one's just a defective one, although I didn't have any problems with it up until just recently. And I've had my set for about a year. As you can see, this is pretty good size. So that's good. That's good. This one is the Crimson Lake. Right? Just gonna go around the outer edge to give it a look of it's, you know, puffy. And I'm not pressing hard. I'm actually very light on this. This shows you just, you know, how slow color pencils really are. You can't just I mean, you could just lay down the color. What are you looking for? You're looking to just make it look flat. Because the great thing about color pencils is you can really get some great depth. pencil. Really make it look three-dimensional. Okay, that's good. And when you're blending, you can go with the lighter of the shades that you're blending into. So this is like the permanent red, blending it into the crimson lake. It's the lighter shade, right? And then take this is blush pink, and blend this into the permanent red. Like that. And then the gel pens, I'll have to get those out because I could use any color on the gel pens. But I might just use a glitter color gel pen. So I have a whole bunch of them here, but do I want to go with the light or do I want to go with the dark? I think I'm going to go with the light. So we'll see. Let's see what I end up with. Because I don't really want this to appear to be a boy or a girl, male or female. So we're going to just use a neutral color. As you can see, I have the light coming from this angle, so I need to keep that in mind. So the front is going to be highlighted, but the top here is going to be lighter than the bottom. Also. I'd probably mix in a little white to make that even lighter. get a little quiet here. But, don't we all? Dogs are out there barking. Sure, any good reason? What are you two barking about? Huh? Hmm? It's cute. Cute. I'm gonna sharpen this real quick. Sharper. good. The lighter one, just some of this blended up here. And again, I'm not pressing hard. I'm pressing very softly, because if I was pressing hard, that probably would break. So that looks pretty good. I like the way that looks. Very much so. Just get that darker part there. That looks good. Just like that. Hopefully you can see that. Oops, wrong one. Hopefully you can see that clearly. And we don't want any harsh lines. So I'm going to just blend that in. And again, not using much pressure at all. So that's that one. And this last one done. I really don't like using this because it makes so much noise. Let's get in my other piece of paper. It's just a piece of paper that I've used for the bottom, underneath the areas that I'm working on in the coloring book. Like in my the one I'm finishing up, a page on it. It's my bat, which you can see that in the video list. And let's see, I'd like to go over that with light. See him. And so when I'm coloring this edge right here, you can see it's, because of the fur, I'm not using straight lines. I'm using lots of little ovals because I want it to look like it's, you know, got some texture on that edge. And you're not going to get that if you're coloring it with just straight lines. good. I think that looks good. Now let me sharpen this a little bit. I can use it to get into that little spot right there. Okay. Other than that being oh, there we go. So that looks good. Like I said, it's not going to matter because I'm going to go over them with the little the gel pen. That's what I'm liking. So that's the little feet. I'm going to do the hat. And the hat's going to be red, so I think I'm going to use the same colors. It's going to be red and white. So this part will be, I'll probably have to put some grays in it, or maybe blue. So let me look up those colors, or look up, but let me select those colors, and then get to doing that. So, be right back.